I was only 30 seconds late. A presentation on Delmar's updated tardy policy. This policy will go into effect Wednesday, October 10th. Please note that there is an updated truancy policy to come. So if you did not know, a student is tardy when she or he is not in the classroom or assigned seat or PE number when the bell rings. Please note that some teachers also expect that your student is in their seat with all of their materials when the bell rings, or they will be marked tardy. This includes if they check in but then need to leave to go to their locker or get a loaner computer from the library, they are still being marked late. So what's the big deal when your student is only 30 seconds late? First is missed instruction. When students are 30 seconds, a minute late, this adds up to a large amount of time missed in class and can lead to lower test scores, lower graduation rates, and other things that we will go over in a minute. It also negatively impacts the other students in their classroom. If students walk in late and teachers need to stop their instruction to catch up students who are late, that is affecting their peers. Also, students with tardies have traditionally had lower GPAs and test scores, which leads to lower graduation rates and ultimately bad habits that will carry throughout their life. As a school, our goal is to decrease tardies by 50% by January 2019. And the way that we will do this is with our updated tardy policy that I will outline now. So the first thing is, what if the tardy can be excused? If your student is at a doctor's appointment or is at a dentist appointment or somewhere where they actually are late with an excuse, the first thing that you can do is send a doctor or dentist note directly to Mr. Jones in Student Services. He's the gentleman that sits at the front. And if your student is late and they've been at an appointment, you can walk them in or just send them with the note and they can turn it in to him and it will be excused. The second is if you know that your student is going to be tardy ahead of time, or you want to clear their tardy because you forgot to call, we do have a 24-hour attendance line that's you can call right here at this phone number. Lastly, you can call Delmar directly and clear their tardy with the attendance office. So if they do not have an excuse, the first thing your student will do is check in with Student Services for a dated and time-stamped pass. After they get this pass, they need to go immediately to class. They need to show this to their teacher, and they need to arrive within a reasonable amount of time from the time that is stamped on their pass. They will then be asked to attend after-school detention, 30 minutes per tardy with the possibility of increased time. That will happen after school the same day that they are tardy, and it will be held in the cafeteria. If students have afternoon SVCTE, they can serve their detention in the morning. The non-negotiable rules of detention. The first is that students must be punctual. Detention will start at 2:45 in the cafeteria, and they will all be checked in at that time. If they are late, they will not get the full time for their detention. They need to put away all of their things, a cell phone, any music listening devices, including but not limited to earbuds, AirPods, headphones. They cannot bring in food or drink. They must be working silently on homework or classwork. This means that they can have their Chromebook out, but they cannot be chatting online with other students. If they do not comply with the rules of detention, they will immediately be removed from the cafeteria, and the time that they serve that day will become null. This means that even if they've served 25 minutes of their 30-minute detention, those 25 minutes will turn to 0 if they have to be removed for not following the detention rules. If your student reaches 5 or more uncleared tardies, meaning they did not clear them with detention or they failed to go to detention, this will result in an automatic 4 hours of detention completed over multiple days. In addition, they will be put on social probation. What is social probation, you ask? This makes your student ineligible to participate in or attend extracurricular activities such as practice for any sports, cheerleading, theater, band, any performances for these things as a spectator or a performer, games as an athlete or a spectator, and dances. They will not be allowed to attend our school dances, and they will not be allowed to ask for a guest pass. Additionally, we will revoke work permits if students have a job and they've been warned multiple times about their tardies. We can add controls to their Chromebooks at home. So if they go home and like to use their school Chromebook for Netflix or whatever it might be, we can add controls to block those sites. And lastly, we will add attendance records to letters of recommendation. The benefits of your student being punctual is that they will have time to get settled and prepare for the day. They will get important information that happens usually at the first few minutes of class, whether it's the warm-up, nuts and bolts for the day that they might need to know. They will achieve a higher GPA and test scores, contribute to a positive learning environment, and have a positive impact on their peers. And they will be able to participate in extracurricular activities. And lastly, we would like to help them develop positive lifelong habits. If you have any questions about our new updated tardy policy, this will be being sent home in the mail, and you can ask any of our assistant principals at Del Mar.